Yesterday I received this email. Then I saw this. My video was removed for violating YouTube guidelines. And then I saw I got an active community guideline strike just before things were about to get a lot worse. In this video I will tell you how it happened, how I recovered the video, which costed me about $400 in editing costs, and how you can avoid this. I'm Jordan. I've made over $5 million in revenue, hired over 50 people, and I'm on YouTube since 2012. Here is what happened. Well, it was around 8 a.m. in the morning when I changed the title of the video that was about to get removed by YouTube, and I included the word fuck. So after I received this email 30 minutes later, I immediately thought, it must be the title, right? Even though I have had many titles with words like these before, I still thought it is the title, probably. But not for long. I opened the video and saw what nobody wants to see. I went to YouTube Studio and I got a channel violation. But things were about to get a lot worse. I looked further and saw this notification, a community guidelines warning, and the option to take action. Now, before I show you the two options to take action, know that you can download my free thumbnail templates to create this, and this in minutes for free. Anyways, I saw all of this, but if there's one thing that I've learned from past mistakes, it is to not believe my mind. Because of course I get into fear mode when I see all of this. I think you would too, right? I mean, you don't want to lose your YouTube channel. Actually, I've lost big assets in the past because I reacted from this fear mode. Fortunately, I recognized it, so there was distance from fear, mind. And then I continued. I was still calm before things were about to get a lot worse. So I clicked on take action. I had two options. I had the option to take a 15-minute training, which would expire my warning after 90 days. Obviously something you want to do. And the second option is to appeal. But I still wasn't sure about the issue. Like, what did I do? Why do I receive this warning? It can't really be the title, I thought. So I went back to find out. And my eyes immediately went to harmful or dangerous content. I mean, I'm quite big. Maybe someone got scared when watching the video and someone accidentally clicked on report. Obviously, that's not it. But you may take a really good look at this image because it turned out to be the key in finding my root problem. The real reason why my video got blocked. So now that I knew the root reason, I thought, well, my appeal has potential to be accepted. Or so I thought. Because before I tell you what happened next in this YouTube drama, let me give you a very important lesson from the image. I've learned that YouTube is extremely strict with this specific part of their policy. Now, if you say, no shit, Jordan, I know that. Come on, that's common knowledge. Well, you don't understand how strict they are with this policy. Let me explain. An image where you show how to copy a YouTube link could already trigger their system. I mean, this exact visual is the one that we used in the video. But there was also a visual below it that had an upload icon, which is very important to mention as well. Because together they were the root reason, the root trigger for their automated system to, block my video. So then, how do you find the root trigger if this ever happens to you? Well, regardless of the policy you triggered, regardless of your video, find this place in your dashboard where they give you the timestamp of a trigger. Now, I say a trigger because you could have had multiple triggers in your video, which is also very important to understand because they only show you one timestamp. So analyze what happened during the timestamp and watch your video multiple times so you really know why did this happen. So you can avoid including those visuals, saying those things ever again. In my case, well, they mentioned the intro, the first second. But it was not just the first few seconds because I watched the whole video multiple times. And after 60 minutes or so, I found out the exact things that I need to avoid in the future. Obviously, I can't show all of these visuals in this video because then this one would also get banned. So if you want to know the exact visual screenshots that trigger the algorithm, in my case, then comment the word trigger below this video and I will send them to you, all for free. So what did I do next? Well, I immediately trimmed out similar visuals in older videos because that was the case for me. There were also similar visuals in older ones. And to do this, I used the YouTube features, the YouTube trim and cut tool and the blur tool. Of course, I'm not going to download the video, edit them and then upload them again. You would lose out on views. Your subscribers would probably see them again. So then what did I do next? Well, obviously I went immediately back to YouTube Studio, trimmed out similar visuals in older videos using the YouTube tools, the trim and cut tool and the blur tool. But my warning on the new video was still there. So obviously I appealed. Obviously I got denied. I say obviously for two reasons. First is because of this graph that shows the appeal rate in blue and the reinstatement rate in yellow. By the way, shout out to Eric Parker for this. I believe it's in the Google annual report, but it's great to see that YouTube doesn't care about any reinstatements or very few. Actually not so great. Now the second reason is because I appealed at 11:20 a.m. and got rejected 15 minutes later, which to me appears like an automated bot rejection. I don't think there's a YouTube employee sitting there refreshing on their desk and take the time to read my actually very well written appeal, very strategically written. Took me like 30 minutes to create. Obviously didn't work, but if you want my appeal message, then let me know in the comments. I will send it. I will comment it somewhere. But if your appeal ever gets denied like me, then I recommend doing something similar like my Dutch friend Noah Morris by tweeting to Team YouTube like this, because I've noticed that YouTube seems to get back to all tweets. Not just if you have a lot of Twitter followers. So I plan to do this as well. Now, will they not reply a bot response to me? Well, obviously they probably will write a AI reply to me. But you never know, so read my emails if you want to stay updated. Which, by the way, you receive when you get my free Google Sheet with over 70 free YouTube tools. No sponsors, no affiliate. And when you are in the comments, also comment the word WhatsApp group if you want me to send you a free invite to our group chat. Anyways, my appeal got rejected. So I took their policy training with 7 questions. And if you want to know the answer to each question of that training, then just take the time to pause the video here and read it. I recommend doing it. I actually learned 2 new things that I didn't know before, so I'm happy I took the training. This is the first one. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So what was a big lesson for me? Well, never imply or show even the slightest hint to mount loading a YouTube video, alright? Again, if you want to see the screenshots behind the whole warning strike, then comment the word trigger below. Which may leave the question, how do I recover the video then? Well, my answer is obvious. I'm going to date a YouTube employee. I mean, good idea, right? No. I asked my editor to cut out and blur the parts that triggered the warning, so we can re-upload it, and the sponsor of the video will also be happy. But if there is one YouTube setting that honestly I found out too late, it is this. I lost a lot of money and views because of it. I talk about it in this video. See you there, or in the emails I read that you receive when you get my free thumbnail pack, or the Google Sheet with free tools. Now, in my emails I write about things that you won't find anywhere else, like how I got this gift from Google, or this one where I changed my face for a Studio Ghibli version in the thumbnail and increased my click-through rate. So read my emails if you care about practical YouTube tips. See you later, alligator!